Once, in a quiet village wrapped in field and sky, stood a mighty old banyan tree. Thick, ancient roots hung like curtains from its branches. But this tree was feared by everyone. Why? Because in its branches lived a snake. Not just any snake, but one so poisonous and aggressive that even the wind whispered warnings about it. People stopped walking near that tree. Some took long detours. Children were told, "If you go near that tree, you may not come back." But the snake didn't strike because it was hungry. It struck because it felt powerful, feared, in control. One day, a wandering saint arrived at the village. His clothes were simple, but his eyes sparkled with inner peace. He was tired, and seeing the shady tree, he thought, "Let me rest here for a while." As he stepped close, the snake slithered down, hood raised. But the saint wasn't afraid. He looked the snake calmly in the eyes and chanted a sacred mantra. Suddenly, the snake stopped. It felt something new, stillness. The saint gently asked, "Why do you hurt others? What have they done to you?" The snake, surprised at being spoken to like a soul, listened. The saint said, "Let me teach you something deeper than fear, a mantra. Chant it, and feel the presence of God inside you. You will find peace without having to cause pain." And then the saint walked away. Days turned into weeks. The snake changed. No more attacks. No more violence. It coiled in the tree, chanting softly, as if the leaves themselves were listening. People began to walk by the tree again. At first, they were cautious, then curious, then careless. Children came. They laughed. They threw stones. The snake, calm and devoted, didn't move. "See? It's harmless now," they shouted. They poked it with sticks. One even lifted it with a branch and threw it to the ground. The snake bled, but it did not hiss. It did not bite. It just dragged itself back into its hole. Seasons changed. The saint returned. He found the snake thin, bruised, and weak. "My child," said the saint, "what happened to you?" The snake replied softly, "I did what you said. I stopped hurting anyone. But I was beaten, insulted, left for dead. Still, I stayed peaceful." The saint sat beside the snake, silent for a moment. Then he said, "I told you not to bite. I never told you not to hiss. To walk the path of God doesn't mean becoming a victim. You must not hurt others, but you must not allow them to hurt you either." The snake's eyes widened with understanding. From that day on, the snake remained nonviolent, but no longer helpless. When children came to tease, it hissed loudly. They screamed and ran, not out of pain, but out of respect. The snake never attacked again, but it never allowed anyone to cross its limits either. It had finally understood. Spiritual strength includes protecting your dignity. Be gentle but not gullible. Be peaceful but not powerless. The spiritual path isn't about surrendering your safety. It's about walking with dignity, self-awareness, and sacred strength.